Coop, just what does opening night mean to you?
Oh, it's like, when you're a little kid and Christmas morning comes, that's kind of how it is. It's first day of the regular season and first game of the playoffs. They're two unique, they're unique days. And this builds for months and months. Only one team wins the Stanley Cup. The other 31 are chomping to get back at it. And that's what this day is. Plus, everybody, for the most part, is in first place this day, so you're really pumped about your team.
6-1 in the preseason. How are you going to take that to kind of carry over for a fast start in this regular season?
It's I've known teams in this league that have gone undefeated in the preseason and didn't make the playoffs a year. So you take parts of your game out of the preseason, but the win-loss, kind of irrelevant, to be honest, other than you feel good after the game. But it's all about, hopefully being healthy. Hopefully, you've got your guys in order of how you want them to play the game. But yeah, the win-loss, like I said, look in the standings now, you don't see those games.
Coop, you're 17 for heady man. What can you say about the captain?
I mean, what have I said that, what can I say now that I haven't said already? It's 17 for him. I think it's 16 for Mac. A couple players that have, hopefully have their names in the rafters and a lot of places after this. So just phenomenal leaders for our team. To have that kind of longevity, especially in this league, in this sport, it's and to keep playing at such an elite level, it's impressive. It's impact players in this organization, in this city, and just love those guys.
What are your impressions of the Ottawa Senators and the way that they've built up their team?
Well, I think, from ownership all the way, I don't want to say down, but, what they've done and, I like everything they've done, from the coach, the GM to the owner. I think, their captain's really, come into his own. I think, I said this after Four Nations. I think that was probably a little coming out party for him. I think a lot of people obviously knew about him, but I think just for his personal confidence, I think he's a phenomenal player, and there's a whole bunch of guys around him. And they've got Sanderson and Zub, that's an elite, pairing on the back end, and they've just got guys that savvy vets. You look at Prawn and Giroux. I just like the way they're built, like the way they play, and pretty honest team.
How would you describe the challenge of getting matchups against a player like Tim Stützle, their top line center?
Well, it's always a challenge. You hope at home it's a little bit easier to kind of get after, but like I said, they made the playoffs for a reason. I mean, they've got some good players, and they're young and they're up and coming, and so I'm pretty sure they don't want to be one and done. And so I'm expecting, guys like Tim and everybody else to give us everything.
John, you mentioned yesterday that maybe you might give Curtis a couple of days to kind of adapt himself, and it looks like he's going to be in the lineup tonight. What do you want to see?
You know what? That's just new team, first ever NHL game. It's always an exciting time for any player. And, it's one of these games, though, players always remember, who they played against in their first NHL game, but a lot of times they don't remember what happened in the game just because it's a bit of a blur. But it's a, tough assignment for him because, he's been in the city for like 3 days. And now he's playing in his first ever NHL game. So he's pretty pumped. We're pumped for him. And like I said, just puck's in deep. Go get it and let the rest take care of itself.
Tonight?
Yeah.